Hello students, as I have already discussed in last 5 videos on Pablo Neruda. I've discussed his poem Tonight I Can Write the Saddest Lines in last 5 videos. This is last and sixth video on again Pablo Neruda. Here I'm just highlighting the important aspects as we have discussed in the poem, and also the important questions which can help you to go through and which can help you in your examination. So let's begin. In this poem, as you have already seen, so many aspects, literary devices, summary, and all these things I have covered. Here the highlights you can see. The poem prescribed for your study is the last and the longest 20 love poems. It is the 20 love poems. So this is the last one from all the collections of 20 love poems. It is about the sadness that comes with the closure of a relationship. But according to the eminent Neruda scholar Remy da Costa, the real subject of this composition is not speaker's stated sadness, but the disparity between his sentiment and the words he can summon to express what he feels. The writer here is saying he is not able to express his love the way he is feeling. So he said because there is disparity, there is difference between his sentiments and the words, how deep he is feeling and how not fully or able to summon his feelings towards us, towards the readers. Poem is written with 32 lines, is organized as a series of statements of sadness, frustrated attempts to deal with this feeling poetically. So writer is here maybe highlighting how he's feeling dull, how he's not able to express his love in a proper way. Statements of sadness and frustrated attempts to deal with his feelings poetically. The initial line, "Tonight I Can Write the Saddest Line," is a declaration of intention and even of capability, and is repeated several times. It is repeated several times on every occasion. The point of departure from one stage is a chance to write about another stage of the relationship. So is a declaration of intention. Writer he is saying what his intention is. अब वो क्या करने वाले हैं, नेक्स्ट उनका स्टेप क्या होने वाला है, और उनकी कैपेबिलिटी के बारे में बताता है. और इट इज रिपीटेड सेवरल टाइम्स. So on every occasion, the point of departure from one stage. So he's saying only tonight. That means I am going to close this chapter tonight only. So this is the highlights. Please go through the poem. Hope you will understand. Here I have just taken some of the questions. The poem is set against the night, which is by its very nature an expanse of darkness, sadness, insecurity, the invisible and the incomprehensible. So all these things did you find in the poem? Explain how. Then you can see how are the men and women no longer the same while the night is the same. Is that why the poetess said do talk about all these things? Then you will go through the answer, you will understand the aspects. Then writer is talking about how discuss the ways in which the lyric form enables the poet to explore his emotions that are at once personal and universal. You can easily understand he has taken his personal aspect to universal by comparing with night, stars and many other things, and by universal to personal. So personal to universal is a basic element, literary tool for the writers to make it a universalized. As the King Lear, we can see the sorrows of the king are not limited to the king only. Why the Shakespeare has taken King Lear? Because he wants to say the problems which the King Lear was suffering from, and the decisions he took and the wrong decisions he took, and results of which he has to suffer a lot by his daughters. So this doesn't happen only with the normal common human beings. This can happen even with the supreme powerful king also, who is faultless, who is all epitome of everything, but with single fault he has to suffer a lot. So normally the universal to personal, personal to universal is a tool in literary aspects. So you just go through this, hope it will help you. Then you can see a number lines and words are repeated in the poem. As I have already discussed, tonight I can write the saddest line itself has repeated many times. Then there is a repetition of she loved me, I loved her too. So all these lines are repeated. Then you can see my sight is both external and internal. Sight means inner eyes and external eyes looking for her. Comment on the ways the verse transfers both kinds of spaces. My sight searches for her as though to go to her. My heart looks for her as she is not with me. External space is the physical world outside the mind, and the heart of the poet, that is where he looks for her physical presence, metaphorically imagining that she might just be present somewhere and he might encounter her. Internal space refers to the world of emotions of which the heart is the seat. When the poet looks within, introspects, he faces the harsh truth that the bond of love no longer exists. So बाहर भी जो वो नाइट के साथ कंपेयर करते हैं, आसपास ढूंढते हैं, विंड्स में ढूंढते हैं, सिंगिंग में ढूंढते हैं, वॉइस उनकी ढूंढते हैं, he was no longer to find her, so that's why he said she is now another's. and जब वो inner इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करते हैं, दिल में ढूंढने की कोशिश करते हैं, तो उनको लगता है कहीं ना कहीं bond has straightened, so it no longer exists. So this is the sad realization which the poet faces when he looks within. This is a set of the lines, covers both spaces with consummate is. So this is all. So I have discussed all these things. Please go through the questions, go through the summary, go through the highlights, go through literary devices, and go through the text of the poem, and I hope it will help you to understand. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. If you have problem, do comment, do like, do subscribe. Thanks once again.